Hi guys. All right, so today what I wanted to do for you is a stretching video. So we're just gonna do some chair-based stretches, both some seated and some standing stretches. If you do want to use your own music for this one, I would go with a little quieter music, a yoga or even a meditation type of music or massage music. This is Tater Tot. Looks like he's going to be helping us with some stretches today too. So anyway, let's go ahead and start in the chair. As always, please make sure that you have a very sturdy chair and that you have a backrest. So you don't want any wheels. You do want to have a backrest there. So Tater, are you going to be helping us for our videos? Yes, you are. All right, so we're just going to start with a spine lengthener. So great big reach up. Stretching up toward the ceiling, inhale and exhale out. All right, again, big inhale and exhale out. Good. Now roll the shoulders front to back. So big circles opening up through the chest and the shoulder. Pet your dog if you have one. You got to be in the middle of everything. All right, now from here, I'm going to go ahead and circle the wrists. Just relax the shoulders down. So I've got the camera set up a little bit closer today so you can see further down my legs. Circle the other way. You can't quite see my feet at this point, but we'll work with as much as we can. I know it's kind of an odd angle, but anyway. Go ahead and relax the arms down, relax the hands, and next you're just going to nod the head up and down. Make sure you're breathing a little bit deeper throughout this, starting to expand the inhale and the exhale. Just go at a comfortable breathing pace. One more, stay in comfortable range of motion. All right, come back to center and then ear to shoulder. Now, if you want to deepen the stretch, you can go ahead and take the hand and lightly press and then press the other palm down the floor. That's an option. You don't have to do that if it feels like too strong of a stretch. Release that out. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So ear to shoulder, and then the option again, if you want to lightly press on the side of the head, press the other palm down towards the floor. I know. All right, go ahead and release that out. Now, you're going to move a little bit forward in your chair from here. Sorry about my toes. You're going to extend the feet forward and just start reaching down towards your toes. You are in the way, buddy. All right, so now you're going to bring your toes up towards your knees. So the idea here is that, come on, get out. Go on, you got to get out of the video. The idea is that you're stretching your calves and your hamstrings both. So by lifting the toes up towards your knees, you're stretching the calves. By bringing your chest down towards your legs, you're stretching your hamstrings. Now, you can go ahead and bend your knees. See, I've got my knees quite a bit bent here. Absolutely fine to do that if you can't reach your toes. Otherwise, it's better to reach your toes and have your knees bent than not at all. Yes, thank you for the help. Okay, go ahead and release that out. Now we're going to go out to a wide position here. And we're going to sit up tall. So the first thing is we're going to lengthen the spine and do a hip hinge forward. Hands on the legs. And lean forward into your stretch. You can lightly press on the inside of the legs if you want to deepen the stretch. That's up to you. Now we're going to rotate to one side. So you're going to look over your shoulder, drop the other shoulder down towards the floor, and come back to the center. And same thing on the other side. Good. All right. Come back to center. So next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and step in. Next thing that we're going to do is a kneeling lunge stretch. So for this one, you're going to move to the side of your chair. I'm going to move my chair over just slightly so you can see it. Tater, come on, get out of the way. Come on, out of the way. Thank you. Come on, out of the way. Go. I'm going to have to lock you out of the room. All right, so the key to this one is you've still got one hip on the chair. The other knee is coming down towards the floor. You don't have to bring that knee all the way down towards the floor. What we're going for is a quadricep hip flexor stretch here. So go ahead and lower that knee down as far as you can. Now if you want to add on to that, feel free to go ahead and extend one or both arms up. Again, this is an option. If you're not feeling comfortable with that and you want more stability from your chair, go ahead and keep hanging on to the chair if you prefer to. It's completely up to you. All right, so you're going to release that out. Go ahead and step in. We'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, so you're scooting to the edge of the chair, and then again, you're bringing that knee down. You're lowering that knee down towards the floor. You do not have to come all the way down. Just go to a comfortable stretch. And then that option again to reach up, one or both hands, and bring the chin up a little bit as well. And again, remember to breathe evenly throughout. All right, release that out. Go ahead and grab a hold of your chair, move back to the center of your chair, and we'll do our hip stretch and piriformis stretch next. So bring one foot up. Remember that if you choose to or if you need to, your modification is just to cross the ankles rather than bringing that foot all the way up. So if you have any reason this is too tight, too much hip replacement, anything like that, go ahead and just cross the ankles. Completely fine. You're going to start again with that hip hinge. So you're going to lengthen the spine and then lean forward. So what we want to avoid is we don't want to round the shoulders and the upper back. We want to keep the back lengthened out. Just come as far forward as you can. Don't worry about it. If it's just a little bit, that's okay. Just breathe and try to lower down into your stretch a little bit more. If you need to release it for a second and then go back into it, that's fine too. You should feel a strong but comfortable stretch there. It should not be painful. All right, come back up. Now, before we go over to the other side, we're going to go ahead and do that side leg extension. Now, I know that you can't totally see my leg all the way out, but I'm extending out to the side, inner part of the foot down. I like this one because it really opens up the side of the body. Your other elbow is resting on your leg, and you're just reaching up and over. So nice big stretch there. And then come back up, and while we're here, we're going to take the arm across. I know that we did this one in our last video, but it's such a good shoulder stretch. And again, bonus wrist circles. And then from here, you're going to give yourself a great big hug. Great big hug. Now slide your hands out to your elbows, and as much as you can, as much as your shoulders are okay with, stretch up. If that hurts your shoulders at all, you can just release that one out early. All right, go ahead and let that go. Step in, and we'll do the other side. So starting with the foot up, again, the modification is just crossing the ankles if you need to. Then again, we're going to lengthen the spine. Remember that we don't want to round or hunch forward. We don't want to enforce that posture. We want to keep good posture. So we're going to lean forward with just that natural curvature of the back, relaxing the neck, relaxing the jaw, and slowly going into that stretch. Breathe. And again, if you need to release it and come back down into it, that's fine too, whatever feels good for you. You're going for that outer glute, outer thigh, piriformis area. Okay, so let's go ahead and sit back up. We're going to extend that leg out to the side. Again, you can't quite see my foot, but I've got the inner part of my foot down, resting the other elbow on the leg, and start with that big up and over stretch. Just lengthening out the side of the body. And then come back up, and we're going to go back into that shoulder stretch for the other side and the wrist circles. Change direction. Good, then go ahead and step back in. All right, now we're going to do a cat-cow stretch. So this is based on chair yoga stretches. We're going to start with the hands on the knees and do our cat posture is the rounding posture. So first part, we are going to round this time. You're going to tuck your chin down, tuck the tailbone under a little bit, let the back round, and then you're going to go the other way so that you're flattening out or arching the back. So this is the cow or camel part of the posture. And then you're going to go back and forth, rounding and flattening out, just going through comfortable range of motion, and just breathing evenly through the whole thing. Please make sure that you're not holding your breath. One more time. Good. And then final time in the cat posture. And then you can roll all the way up. Now from here, I'm just going to go into a tabletop pose. And so we're just simply leaning forward here with the back flattened out, reaching forward. And then you can open the arms all the way up. Now if you're comfortable reaching all the way to your back of your chair, go ahead and grab it. If you need to sit up a little bit, that's fine too. We're just, again, opening through the chest and shoulders. Now let's do another rotation. So we're going to turn, bracing the hand on the outside of the leg. You can use the back of your chair for leverage if you want. Just do comfortable range of motion here. The lower back and waistline. All right, come back to center. Same thing in the other direction. And come back to center. All right, and then we're just going to reach all the way up, lengthening the spine, look up, and relax the arms down. Again, roll the shoulders. All right, so now let's go into some standing stretches. So as you all know, my favorite one is the modified downward dog, so we're going to begin with that one. All right, so grab a hold of the top of your chair. Again, make sure that your chair is not going to move on you. Great big step back with both feet. The goal is to press the hips back, bring the ears down by the arms if you can, and think about lengthening your spine, stretching your back, your shoulders, your hamstrings, your calves. Good, and then a slow step in. All right, from here, we're going to do a couple of standing variations on our stretches. So first one, I'm going to take my chair to the side so you can see what I'm actually doing here. We're going to do a split stance like we were about to do a lunge. Let me take this back a little bit more. All right, so we're going to do 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. So it's like we're going to do into some lunges, but we're not actually going to do lunges. What you're going to do is point the toes forward, bend that back knee down towards the floor. Hang on to your chair if you need it for support, and then tuck that tailbone under. That's going to feel a little strange, but you're going to get that hip flexor and quadriceps stretch here. So this is another variation on the seated one that we did earlier. So seated or standing or both, it all works. You're stretching that whole front of the thigh, that hip flexor that gets shortened up because we're doing so much sitting right now, and I know you are because I am. All right, go ahead and step back in. Now again, don't concentrate so hard that you hold your breath. Make sure that you're breathing evenly through it. But let's do the other side. So go ahead and step back. Now lift that back heel, bend the knee, and again we're going to tuck that tailbone under. So now we're doing that front of that leg. So same kind of thing, make sure that your upper body's not starting to round forward. So keep the upper body up tall, shoulders back and down, and of course we are breathing. All right, so let me show you a couple of options for calf stretches here. I don't know if I can get far enough, I can't get far enough back for you to actually see me, but a couple of options here is to put the heel of your foot against the bottom of your chair there. So if you're able to do that, you're able to get some leverage. It usually works better if you're wearing shoes. In any case, you're putting the bottom of your foot against the chair leg. You want to start the first part by keeping the leg straight. So you're not quite bending at the knee, you're only bending at the ankle. Go ahead and give a little lean in towards your chair, and you're going to feel a stretch in your calf. Again, this one tends to work better with shoes on just because it gives you some more traction. Now try bending that knee a little bit. So again, we're not leaning too much forward with the upper body. All right, same thing on the other side. You're going to try to get the heel in. I know that you can't see it. I'm sorry, I don't have a big enough room to get far enough back for you to see it, or you wouldn't see me at all. All right, so you've got your heel in as close to the chair leg as you can. The bottom of your foot is going up the chair leg. Grab the chair if you need it for support. Lean forward. Start with the knee straight for the first part. Hold that. And then for the second part, go ahead and do just a slight knee bend. You'll feel that drop down into the Achilles. Okay, so that is that variation on the calf stretch. The other one that you can do if you either don't have a chair that's appropriate, or you're barefoot, or wearing socks, you're just not comfortable with that stretch, you can do that same stretch up against a door frame or a wall. Exact same thing where you've got the heel of the foot in as close to the wall as you can, your foot going up the wall or the door frame, same kind of thing. The other option is to go back to that split stance that we had earlier that we were doing for our quadricep and hip flexor stretch. And all you're doing is just pressing that back heel down into the floor. So that's still a really good stretch to do it that way. So that's a great one also. All right. So let's do just a little bit of yoga. Oh, my dog's back. Couple of yoga type of poses here before we finish. So, all right, go ahead and turn to one side. I'm going to actually move the chair out of the way, but you can continue to use it for balance. What we're going to do is some warrior style of poses. All right, so we're going to go back to that 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. So we've got a little bit wider stance, but feel free to turn that back foot out a little bit if that's more comfortable for you. Now rotate back towards your front foot. So rotate so that you're facing towards your front foot. And we're going to start with just a great big, there he goes, great big reach up. So lifting the chest, reaching toward the ceiling. And then moving into a warrior 2 type of pose. You're going to bend that front knee a little bit here. Keep the chest lifted up. Shoulders are back and down. Lift the hands up. Good. And now straighten that front leg. Brace your front arm on your leg. Rotate and reach that other arm up towards the ceiling. Rotate through your comfortable range of motion. If it feels okay, you can look up towards your hand also. You can also reach down further. This is going into a sort of triangle type of pose, but stay in comfortable range of motion. And of course, if you need the chair for support at any point, please feel free or step out at any point if you need it. Slowly come back up. Make sure that you're not going back up too quickly. All right, step in. Make sure that you're breathing evenly. We're going to go ahead and go to the other side. So same kind of thing. Step into that wide stance. Feel free to angle that back foot out again. It creates a little bit more stability if you feel like you're having any kind of a balance issue. It's also technically more correct for your warrior type of poses. All right, we're going to begin with that great big reach up. So think about lengthening your spine, lifting your chest, looking up without shrugging. That part's very important. We don't want to elevate the shoulders. We don't want to tighten the neck. Good. All right, let's go into that warrior 2 type of pose. We're going to bend the knee a little bit here, but still keeping the chest lifted up. Looking toward that front hand. Shoulders are down away from the ears. And of course, we're breathing. All right, now our triangle type of pose. Again, we're going to bring that front hand down to brace and that right hand reaching up. Go ahead and rotate so that you can slightly look up towards the ceiling, staying in your own comfortable range of motion. And then if you're feeling okay, you can come down towards your foot a little bit more. It's completely up to you. And then slowly come all the way back up. Great job. All right, step in. Let's finish with a couple more things behind our chair. I'm going to bring my chair back, and I'm going to show you the cat-cow variation right here, standing using the back of the chair. So it's very similar, of course, to the seated one, but this time you're going to step back about half as far as you did when you were doing the downward dog. Hang on to that chair, and you're doing that rounding into the cat pose. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and then that flattening out or arching. All right, let me do this to the side. Maybe you can see this a little bit better. All right, so again, about halfway back, rounding, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, and then flattening out or arching, depending on your own comfortable range of motion. Rounding and flattening out. Let's do one more of those. Rounding and flattening out. All right, go ahead and step in. Come all the way up now. Grab the hands together behind your back. Rotate your shoulders back. Just gently lift. Comfortable range of motion. And then again, we can do an ear to shoulder. Other side, ear to shoulder. And release that out. All right, go ahead and just roll those shoulders front to back again. Relax the shoulders down and move the head side to side both directions. Comfortable range of motion. Pause down at the bottom for a moment, and as you do that, tuck your chin down towards your collarbone and press your palms down towards the floor. And release. You can bring the chin back up. All right, so I like to always finish these stretching sessions with a little bit of meditation. We're not actually going to go through a meditation, but I just wanted to give you the idea. Please feel free to do a few more minutes of this to carry this on. If you've got some nice music going, listen to that. The key is to just relax and focus on the breathing. So you can do whatever position is comfortable for you. I'm just going to have you seated solidly in the chair. Your back is supported. Shoulders are back and down. Make sure that you're relaxing your neck. Relax your tongue and your jaw. That will really help you also to relax your neck. You can close your eyes or not. It's completely up to you. And you're just going to inhale deeply and exhale fully. I'm just going to do a couple more of these. Inhale and exhale. You can slow this down even further if you would like to. Inhale and exhale. Now again, please feel free, if you would like to continue doing that for several minutes, go ahead and do it as long as you want. You can listen to some music or just focus on your breathing. It's completely up to you. All right, so we're going to finish with just our final stretch here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, reach up. Exhale, open out, and one more time. Inhale and exhale. Awesome job, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will see you again soon. I'm going to work on doing a new cardio video for you next, so I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.